Bonjour, bonsoir. Welcome back to my channel. This is Aavalé Storm, and I am going to be talking about Prince and Vanity, the couple that could have been, but just didn't seem to happen. It's a lot of backstory here, but they were the most beautiful couple, Prince and Vanity, two of the most beautiful people, most sexiest people ever to ever grace the stage and the big screen. Could have been, was the hottest couple of their time. Um, when they got together, it was fireworks. It was just this electrical, electrical windstorm. I don't know what you're going to call it, but they were just so right for each other. And I think that people wanted them to be that it couple. They were the it couple for a little while. And they were just so exceptional. Like Prince, of course, he's super cute and extremely beyond talented, and just one of the most prolific artists of his generation, and maybe of our time thus far, because I haven't seen anyone quite like him. Even to this day, I haven't seen anyone like him. And then Vanity was just unique beauty. She was just so exceptionally beautiful in a unique way. And I did some research and I couldn't find anyone that was like her in her generation. No one could stand next to that woman. I mean, there's some beautiful women out there, don't get me wrong, but no one could stand next to her beauty. She was just so over the top gorgeous. I can see why he wanted her. And I believe that he was in love with her beauty first. I think he got into that first when he met her at the American Music Awards. That's when I think he was like, wow, oh my gosh, who is this woman? And I'm going to put a clip in here to show you how beautiful she was. And so after he met her, he literally was obsessed with her. He wanted to know more about her. And, Prince's mind was always going. He was always trying to figure out, like, what can we do together? What can I do with her? As far as musically as well, like business-wise, he saw something there. He's like, she can be in a group. I can create a group with her. Because he had already came up with a group called the Hookers. This is around the time he was opening for Rick James. And Rick James was creating the Mary Jane Girls and had offered Vanity a role in that group. She was going to be Mercedes. And she told him, I'll think about it. She had not told him no yet. But when she told Prince that Rick James had offered her a group, he was so upset. He was so angry. I'm like, he was like, oh my God, there's no way you're going to take my woman from me, And he created Vanity 6, with Vanity being the central person, the lead of the group, the face of the group, and the name of the group. So she went with Prince's idea, of course. So when they were dating, I think Prince was starting to fall in love with her. I think he loved the sex that they had. I heard that they had some wonderful escapades, like at different hotels. They would sneak away and have sex and come back, and nobody was the wiser until they made it official that they were dating. Because at the time, Prince was dating Susan in the group. People don't know that. They were still together when Vanity came into the picture. So could you imagine? Prince comes and brings this woman that he just named Vanity, and then said, we're going to call the group Vanity 6. Because before Vanity showed up, Susan was going to be the lead of the group. And I don't know if they were going to call it Susan 6. I really don't know. Or Susie 6. But Susan was going to be the lead group. And I know Susan was angry. I've read stories that she was not happy with Prince. That her and Prince broke up over that. And he started seeing Vanity right away. Like, that's kind of how Prince moved. He was kind of like a guy that kind of had an open relationship, and he told women that he has other interests and that they would not be number one. They'd be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. I don't know. That was Prince. Prince was kind of a player back in the day. And even though Vanity was gorgeous and none of the other women could really compare to her, I think he had a lot of arguments with her because Vanity was very headstrong. She stood up for herself. She spoke out for herself. If she didn't like something, she said it. And she would argue with him. And he wasn't used to that. So he kind of was like, well, I'll show her. And then he started cheating on her, quote unquote. So then Vanity was like, well, this isn't going to work. We can't be together if you're going to go running around cheating on me. And that's why they broke up during Purple Rain, because that's when Prince started cheating on her during Purple Rain. And it was more so he was cheating on her to kind of put her in her place because she wasn't complacent and she wasn't submissive to him. So that was his way of like, okay, I'll get her back. But then she ultimately left the project, which could have been a wonderful, even better movie with her in it, since it's about her and Prince. But she moved on. And I think once she left, Prince missed her. Because once she started dating other men, he was so jealous of that and so angry when she started dating Adamant and Billy Idol and Nikki Sixx. She was actually engaged to Nikki Sixx. She was going to get married, but unfortunately they didn't get married because they both were drug addicts and they both were in a horrible situation and they couldn't quite get themselves sober enough to get married. So they broke up. So Prince started to date women that were similar to Vanity. He was looking for another Vanity. That's one thing I do know. He was trying to find Vanity in Robin Powers. He tried to find Vanity in Maite. He tried to find Vanity in Manuela. And it just didn't work. I think he was so heartbroken because Vanity was not coming back to him. She had moved on. And I think he was trying to search for all those years. He tried to get himself a quote-unquote another Vanity, but couldn't do it. They didn't have her intelligence, her charm, her wit, her sensuality, her natural beauty. They didn't have that. They did not have it the way she had it. And I think he really was heartbroken. And I think she did have his heart. I really, truly do. And I think for years, he tried to replace her in so many ways with different women. And he never could. And it was so unfortunate because they were so right for each other from the way we were looking at it. The way I see it, they were right for each other. They were so much alike. I found so many pictures with them wearing similar clothing and, sounding the same on certain songs. Like Animals sounded like Let's Go Crazy. If you listen to both of those songs, it's so much alike. Like the intro is so dead on the same. I think she really missed him too. She missed him. He missed her, but it was just like they had already grown so far apart. And then Vanity left the business. And that really put the nail in the coffin because she wasn't coming back to Hollywood. And she denounced it all and didn't want to be a part of all that sexual scene and the drug scene. And she totally left. He became an evangelist, and Prince kind of moved on as well in so many ways, and he became a Jehovah's Witness and a Seventh-day Adventist. And so they both, you see how similar they were, and it was like, why aren't they together? It just really doesn't make sense to this day why they didn't get back together. And I understand Vanity got sick and all that, but I feel like that should bring you even closer together because now you should be there to support your friend. But who knows? We'll probably never know why Prince didn't want to marry her when he had the chance. Who knows the real story? But I heard that he's supposed to be coming out with a book. He had wrote his memoirs. I heard that it might get published sometime this year, 2021 or 2022. So I guess we have to wait for that because I really want to know. Don't you? Well, leave your comments below. Let me know what you think about this. And I'll talk to you guys later. Ciao.